Hi, everybody, and welcome to Talk to Rose, episode 111. On this show, we talk about everything going on in the world, good, bad, raggedy, and wonderful. So we're going to get the show going right now. Oh, hey, Sharon. Yep, you are back. It's early for y'all Texas people, so that's good. We're going to get this show going on to this month is Autism Awareness Month, so that's what I'm basically going to be focusing on. She said, "Hey, Asia,
Hey, boo.
you remember? Do you remember Sharon?"
Of course, we were
Uh,
cheerleaders together.
yeah, okay.
All of us was actually. Remember?
I remember y'all was cheerleaders together. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
when?
In
Yeah.
junior high, right?
Oh, so all of us was cheerleaders together.
Yeah. I'm like, I
Right.
think that was all of us.
I don't remember. Hell.
It's okay. It's okay, twin.
Hey, Tia. Look, I'm like, hell, I don't remember. Okay, you can introduce yourself.
Oh, okay. Well, on that note, good evening, everybody. Welcome to Talk to Rose. I am Madam. I'm twin. You can find me on Melanin Madam on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays live. Welcome to the live and enjoy yourself. Please make sure that you like on the way in. You'll love it
Yeah,
here.
press the like button. She said, "Yes, ma'am. I love y'all." Now,
Mhm.
I sometimes I can remember stuff from junior high, but some stuff I can't because I can't remember everybody that was on
Remember
uh
our eighth grade year? We had the yellow shirts with the black skirts,
black.
and we even cheered for the Clippers and everything. We've
Girl.
done a
Oh,
lot of stuff in our life that nobody will believe. We had a lot of opportunities. We
look,
had
I'm
good people in our corner.
well. Shout outs to the Palomar. What was we? Palomar
Panthers, Lord have
Panthers. Yeah, Panthers.
we on tonight, y'all.
Right. Okay. So this month is Autism Awareness Month. So I said that I was going to dedicate this month to making people aware of all things autism. So today I'm going to focus on that. That's going to be my main topic. But y'all know that I have a lot of stuff to talk about before that. She said, "Yes, we was cute too. Absolutely. Yeah, those was the good old days. That was the good old days."
Yeah.
I have to get into these stories because I keep on seeing this on my timeline, and I don't know if these stories come out because it's just social media or people is just out of their mind now. And all these stories that I'm telling you are these colored people. Not saying we don't do it,
Mm-hmm.
but it's them. So the first story I want to tell y'all about is: do y'all remember that girl that was on the cruise last year, and she was 16 years old, and they found her unalive in her room? Do you kind of remember that story, Asia?
No, I don't.
Okay, so it was a 16-year-old. Hey, Sophia. Um, it was a 16-year-old girl that was found in her room. I think it was a Carnival cruise, and they didn't know what happened. Come to find out now, her stepbrother did it.
Oh,
Her stepbrother did it, and they said before they went, and she was in the room with her stepbrother. Her mom and her stepdad put her in the room with her stepdad. I mean, girl, I'm talking about her stepdad with her stepbrother.
okay.
The stepbrother strangled her, and that's how she passed away.
What?
Yes. And
Why?
you know what race they are already. They don't know. But the thing is, her boyfriend said that before all this stuff happened, that he told her dad. he told her dad that he told the dad that she was afraid of him, and that one time they was on a FaceTime call together, and
Mm-hmm.
she had fell asleep, and he seen the stepbrother come in there and try to get on top of her, and he yelled, and that's what made the boy go out. He told them plenty of times, and they never did nothing about it. So why in the world would you put
Would
them
you
in the
put them
same
in a
room together?
room? How old was the stepbrother?
She was 16, so I think he was 18 at that time.
An adult, well, legally. Oh
Yeah.
wow.
And so now they're saying that you know what, he was not 18, because they said now that he will not get the death penalty because he was underage.
Okay.
So
Did the
it's
mom
basically,
know?
yeah, the mom knew. Everybody knew.
What?
Everybody knew because she was telling them, and the boyfriend was telling them. She was saying that she was afraid of him.
So is the parents going to be tried since they
Nope,
knew?
not so far. They ain't. Not
Oh
so far.
wow.
They're not.
Okay. What's the update? Jesus.
That's the update, that
Or
the boy
that's the
is not going.
update is that it was the
He's
stepbrother
going
and they
to.
knew it all along.
Yeah, the update is this is all coming out now, and that the stepbrother will not be. He will not face death penalty charges.
So you knew that she was afraid. You knew that he had something wrong with him. You didn't address his mental health issues nor her fear. And this happened, and then you act like you don't know why it happened, and it just comes out later that
Yeah,
you know exactly why it happened. Sounds
and
about
that's why I
right.
said, that sometimes these parents need to be held accountable too. Like y'all
Yes.
all go to jail, and I don't. Okay, let me go to the next story. So that's one story. This
How is
is
that not
all
child neglect, though, Ro?
exactly.
Okay.
If it was us, we would have been going to jail.
Girl, under the jail. Under
The,
it.
the next one, same color, same
Yes.
color. This lady just got out of jail from doing 9 years. She had a 10-year sentence because she essayed her 10-year-old son and
Oh,
got pregnant.
okay.
She did 10 years. She got out. Her neighbors found out, and they've been harassing her since then.
Oh, so
The
what's the problem?
Because the people were saying she did her time, so she shouldn't be harassed. You
You
shouldn't
will
even be out
never,
of jail.
yeah,
Yeah,
you will
you should
never,
not even be out
ever.
of jail. And
Mm-mm.
the son is 27 years old now. He's married and he has his own child, but he has that brother son living with him too.
No, you never get away from that.
And I think that's unfair. Like he should not have to deal with that. He said now that he's an adult and understand what's going on, he has mental issues too.
Of
Like it's
course.
no way in this world that he should have that. That mama should still be in jail.
Absolutely. I agree. That child is messed up forever.
Yeah, he's messed up forever. So they said that they did run a DNA test, but the the child and the son, their DNA is so it's the same. They can't really even tell.
Because you have it double. You have the
Exactly.
DNA from the mom that's,
Then the
mirroring the
brother and the
son.
baby. Yeah. So
Right.
it was like they can't even tell.
No, they could tell because if it was like you said, if it was us,
If
they
it
could
was
tell,
us.
girl, they could tell down to your teeth pattern. But very interesting with them, they want to try to find loopholes when really who is that helping? The kids is the one that need help and they still not getting help or justice. That's not justice for that kid and the
At
brother.
all.
That's crazy.
At all. So that was the next story. So they saying that nobody should be coming to her house because she did her time, which no, you should still be in jail, ma'am. You should have never got out of jail. This
Period.
was the third one. Now this man was Hispanic, and I read the comments and this blew me away. But this was the third one. It was an 18-year-old girl. She left North Carolina to move with her biological father to California with plans to attend college to be closer on her good with her good cousins. In July 2025, just 2 days after her arrival, Michaela called her mom to report her father had gotten her drunk and essayed her for
Mm.
hours, causing her severe pain. She was allegedly found covered in blood and unable to walk. The rape kit, performed in her father's DNA was found inside of her. The same day, the father was arrested and charged with incest, taking advantage of position of trust in providing alcohol to a minor. This is the sad part.
Okay.
5 months later, the girl unalives herself because of what happened.
Jesus. I
And
saw that one.
The biological dad sent the mama text the next day saying he ain't gonna never drink no more because he blacked out. So when the
Okay.
mama got there, they took the girl to the hospital and all this happened. So since the girl passed away, now they're saying that there might not be a trial. Oh yeah, he went to jail, but he had a $500,000 bail when he was out on bail.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're saying after she passed away, it might not be a trial because she cannot testify that it was consensual or not.
Huh. Okay.
I was like, I do not understand that. Like y'all did the DNA,
Right.
and y'all see that it's there. Y'all have the text messages from the mom. Y'all have what the girl told the mom. Like, what the hell? And these kind of people should not even get bail. And if they do get bail, it should be street justice. That man should not be alive right now.
You know what's interesting when they don't have any proof, i.e., a very famous case that people know about in Pomona. When you don't have any proof or anything like that, then you can pay out and do all of these things and acknowledge the victim, who we don't know if they're a victim, as a victim. But in this case, there's actually reporting it right away, having proof, having scientific proof, and you can't do nothing about it. How does that work, Ro? That doesn't even make any sense.
Because it ain't. But then when I was reading the comments, because these are Hispanic people, I was reading the
They
comments and
get the same privilege as white people. That's why they
yeah,
don't
but
like us until they need us.
they said that this is common in the Hispanic
It
culture.
is
Incest. I did not know that.
very a lot of so some of the Mexican friends that I have from work, they would tell me stuff like their dad would tell them, I should have you before somebody else have you. So
Oh
even
my.
when they get married, they're not virgins because the dad or a uncle or somebody like that will be like, oh, they should be able to get you first. That's what they've been told.
Yeah,
When I heard that, I damn near threw up because
that's
what?
what they were saying in the comments too. They was like that is very common in.
Mexico,
I was just shocked, but
allegedly,
I
from
just
what
feel
I've heard.
I always say that I don't believe in the death penalty, but people like this, I think that they should have the fire squad done on them.
That's sick.
I just the fire squad should be done on them.
That's
Why
yeah,
are they wasting time in jail? Let them be in jail long enough for them to get essayed and did everything that they did to somebody for that to be
right.
done to them, and then you don't even put a bag over their head when the firing squad come out. Let them see that coming. Them are some people I feel like should be off this earth. They
They're
should
sick.
not be given bail or anything.
Right.
When I was reading hearing these stories, I was like, this is so messed up. Like,
But it's a
is it
mental health thing. It's passed down from generation to generation. But like, look it up in Africa. If you get caught doing something like that, and that village does not believe in that, they will put a tire on you, like around, so you can't move your arms, and then they'll light you on fire and let the person you hurt see that they have your back and that they handle it themselves. They don't call the police, and that's the reason why. Because they like, no, the police not gonna do enough. So we're gonna do it ourselves. You don't need to be here no more because you'll do it to somebody else. It's a mental thing. Why would you
and,
do
and
that?
in other countries, they take this stuff seriously. Like
Right.
they get their stuff cut off and all kind of
That's
stuff.
why I'm telling you. Yeah, they burn
The
them alive.
United
Look up.
States,
I'm gonna
yeah.
send you one. I'm gonna send you one. And it was like, let's just say we at Pomona High and Center Quad, right? They'll bring the person out. They family come out. The village come out. Everybody come out. They put the tire around the person. They don't care if they screaming. They don't care if the mom is screaming. They don't care. And they light the person on fire with gasoline.
And they
And
should.
you know what I'm saying? And it don't be a police in sight. It don't be nothing in sight. And then when they all done, they walk away and say that they got their justice. Cause how dare you? And I can't say that I like that's sick, bro.
It is very sick. That's why I'm like, I don't know how odd is it just because it's social media now and we know because I'm like, for me to see these three stories in the same week, like this is, and I've seen more than this, but I'm like, I ain't even gonna do it
It's
about it because
because
I was
it's social media, so more people are getting vindication. So we can look at it, like, dang, ever since the social media, this is happening. No, these things happened before, but who could they tell, right? Because think about it. If you only got your street you're raised on and the people around you, you only have your community. Now we have social media where advocacy is available. So somebody in Africa, as an example, could have advocacy group that comes from America and goes over there and fights that and gets things changed because we're not scared of them the way that they're scared. It opens them up to get help. So now they're like, look, I don't need to tell my grandma what happened, who it happened to her, so she may not understand. I can go tell, I can email this person and let them know this is happening and they can help me. And so people are just telling their stories more. They're not afraid because they want help. Because I've heard them say,
Ugh.
and it broke my heart. I heard so many say, I would rather DIE. I don't want to be here no more.
And
I
that's
don't
why,
want to be here.
and that's why the daughter took her life after that.
Exactly.
Because
It
it's
was
like probably like
sad.
she probably feeling like, how is he out of jail and he did
Right.
this to me? And
I'm
then
broken
and
and
that's
he
your
gets to
dad.
live and
Like
be happy. Yeah.
so that I just people like that, I feel like they don't deserve to be on this earth. Sophia said that's why a lot of RAPE victims do not report their
Yep.
crimes. And I can understand that
Yep.
because no nothing happened. That's why I say
Nope.
it be street justice. And
Or
if
it's not
something
enough.
them, don't ish they should not go to jail for it or nothing. Just let it be street justice because
Period.
that's a joke for him to be out of jail and have
Exactly.
bail.
How did you even get to post bail? You're a threat to society. So you shouldn't even be able to be out with such a heinous charge with proof. Now, I'm not going to say every charge, but the ones with proof, like
With proof.
how do you go around that proof? You know what I'm saying?
And
No,
then
you
for
shouldn't be
that to
out.
be your child. So if you do that to your child, you ain't
Who
it's
is
no
everybody
limits for
else?
you, sir. It's no
Yep.
limits.
Yep.
It's no limits.
Yep.
So
Well, God
that
rest
was
her soul.
those three things. So let me get off of that because it makes me mad again. So something on a better note, since everybody always have bad things to say about churches, we're going to say something positive about the churches that I seen in
Amen.
the news. So Alfred Street Baptist Church, they donated over $1 million so 300 families would not get put out. And
Oh,
that is amazing because we only been seeing bad things in the news about churches. So this church
right.
was able to raise $1 million to help 300 families not get evicted. So I think
Amen.
that that is wonderful. Nobody should have nothing to say for churches in a while. And a lot of churches
They
do things
do.
like this, but they just don't know. And a lot of churches do help people. We just don't really hear about it. We only hear about the bad things that's going on in churches and not the good things. So that's why I was like, let me make sure I say this positive thing about a church giving $1 million because that really does help those people. So
It does. But think about how many people, like we learn in church, the right hand don't supposed to know what the left hand is doing. So
mhm,
some of us that are in that nonprofit space, church is a nonprofit, we don't tell who we help because that person probably don't want you to know they down on luck. But now we are learning. So I will say that we're learning that we can provide stats. And it's a good idea for us to provide stats monthly, right? So let everybody know, okay, just so you know, this month I helped and did this, and this, but you don't have to put a name with it. The problem where that comes, Ro, is when I was doing stats, it was like, how are we supposed to believe this happened? So you like damned if you do, or
right.
damned if you don't. But all you could do is like this church, look for those ones that we could see and ride with that because it's more good than bad
Then
in
yeah,
everything. Yeah.
it really is. Okay, so this one I have to talk about before we get into the main topic because this was funny to me. And then I found out we was on the same cruise. So, well, I don't know if we was on the same cruise, we was on the same boat.
Okay.
And it was the same month. So, a white woman, we all know, has been awarded $300,000 in damages after a jury found Carnival Cruise Corporation 60% liable for injuries she suffered while following a drunken fall. Diana Sanders, a 45-year-old nurse, filed a lawsuit in November 2024 after the incident earlier that year in which she said she was served 14 tequila shots on Carnival Radiant ship over a 9-hour period. The lawsuit alleged that she was visibly intoxicated, swaying, stammering, slurring her speech, and had alcohol on her breath, and was acting belligerent while she was in plain view of crew members serving these alcoholic drinks to her. Oh, shoot. Hold on. Oh, soon after Sanders suffered a fall while walking down a set of steps. Sorry, She was later discovered unconscious at the bottom of the stairs in a crew-only area. Sander sustained injuries including a concussion, headaches, and possible traumatic brain injuries, back injuries, tailbone injuries, bruising, pain, suffering, extreme mental anguish, and more. Throughout the litigation, Carnival argued Sander failed to identify any of the bartenders or bars where she was overserved and that they were not at will for all this. So,
Okay.
my thing, oh, she was awarded $300,000. Do y'all agree with the verdict?
No.
Absolutely not.
I
First of
think we talked
all,
about one similar to this before, like last year, because you
yes.
could remember the one that had 33 or some big number like
Oh,
that.
yeah, yeah,
Remember?
yeah.
And we was like, no, that's for you to be responsible because we know that people could trick their way through stuff or manipulate. So how are they supposed to keep track of it if you could find a way
But
around
they
it?
but they do. So we was on this. This is Carnival Radiance right there. That's why I took this picture. Because this is Carnival Radiance. So we was on that cruise. And let me tell you something. Them drinks is watered down. I don't know what kind of tequila shot she got. Because we was even getting shots. I don't know what kind of shots she was getting on Carnival Radiance that she was drunk. Because we was never drunk on that cruise for the whole 3 days. And we didn't get the carnival. We didn't even get the drink package because the way the drink package works, if one person gets it in the room, everybody got to get it. So I was in the room with my mom. She ain't drinking, so we couldn't do it like that. So we was buying drinks, but we were still buying a lot of drinks, and none of us was ever drunk. If you have the drink package, most of the time when we go on a cruise, we get drink packages, and on Carnival there is a 15 drink
Yeah.
max a
Right.
day.
Right.
So they do count how many drinks you get, unless they
Right.
would counted hers because she was. And sometimes other people will buy you
But
drinks.
I
I
was
will
just going to
say
say,
that
but what exactly? That's what I
some
meant
people
about
will.
manipulate.
Some people will, but that's not their fault.
I don't think it's their fault. And that's why I said you can manipulate the system, right? Because if I'm done with my 15 and I'm there with you, Ro, you know I can't have 15 drinks, but you might could have 15 drinks. And then I start getting mine and sharing it with you. Is
Yeah,
Carnival
there's people
responsible for
that
that?
they share drinks. So it's like, okay, if she was intoxicated, they
And
should
she a
have
nurse, she
stopped.
should know better. She don't know her limit.
Exactly.
Shit.
Exactly. I felt, but they said they're going to countersue because they do not agree with the verdict.
I think they
I'm like,
should.
she gonna mess it up. She gonna mess it up to where they take it down to 3 drinks. Hell, like, girl, they should not have done that. You
But we could
already,
sneak alcohol on there in a Listerine
girl.
bottle. We could do all kind of stuff and then turn around and blame it on somebody else. At what point are
Well,
you accountable?
we wasn't able to sneak our stuff on.
Oh,
They took
child, we did.
We did wait. The thing is, when we got there, like Juanita, I forgot what kind of liquor Juanita had, but it was like a wine, but it was a high percent wine. And they
Mhm.
said she couldn't take hers. She had, and I forgot what I had. I had Taylor Port. They told me I couldn't take that on there.
You had it
Like
in your
it was,
regular bottle.
yeah, but you
Okay.
can bring,
You missed
no,
what I
you can
said.
bring
You missed
wines.
what I poured out Listerine, the Listerine bottle. I poured it out. I rinsed it out and I poured vodka in it. So it still had the scent of the Listerine and it was pure vodka.
Oh no, we used to do that a long time ago,
Yeah, that's
but
what I'm saying. That's what I mean though. You can enhance your own drink and then blame it on Carnival as
yeah, you
well.
really can.
You
You
know,
really can. But
yeah.
it's like, come on, ma'am. But I'm like, she about to mess it up for everybody. Like, we ain't gonna be able to even bring shit on there or whatever. They gonna take the drinks down to 5. Like, lady, they should have never let that pass. Like, I don't
I
know
don't think
how she
so.
won that. I don't know how she won that lawsuit. But it's like, that's your fault that you got that drunk. How you drinking? I can't even drink 14 shots in one setting. Like, if I was at a club, even back in my heydays, I couldn't do
Nope.
that. So I'm 45. I sure wouldn't have been able to have no 14 shots in 9 hours.
Girl,
And it
I'll be
less than 9.
crawling. I will be crawling. Do you hear me?
I like, did you not start throwing up or something? Like, you didn't get seasick?
Right. She
I don't
probably
know.
didn't even have that. She probably lying. It was probably a whole setup, especially
It
with
was
that
the
amount.
percentage. Faye, but when we was on, wasn't we getting shots when we was on the ratings? we was getting shots while we was on the Radiance, and I'm telling you, we was not drunk on that boat. We was not drunk on that boat. I don't
It
know
ain't
if
even real shots. The shots is damn watered down too.
yeah, they are watered down. Me and Faye was saying all the time, like we was not drunk. And we was getting drinks back to back. We was
Mm-hmm.
not drunk on the Radiance.
Mm-hmm.
So
She
she just
full
about
of it.
to mess it up for everybody. Hey girl. So
The
I don't know
300,000.
what happened. We see what happened. I remember when we was in on a carnival again in the Bahamas, and we had the drink package that time. That's how I know it's 15, because the last when we had that one, we made sure we got our 15 drinks. Well, we tried to get our 15 drinks a day. We probably did like 12, and we woke up drinking.
Right.
We woke
That's a
up drinking,
lot.
and never was we drunk. So that's
That
why I'm
means you
like,
never leave the boat or nothing. Like you literally just stay on the boat.
that I just don't understand how that lady was stumbling down
She
everywhere.
lying.
And it was like I was getting everything.
Period. You run out of shit to order. You like, just give me what he had.
Yes, and we was like these drinks was shots and margaritas.
Right.
Shots and I'm telling you, we was on Radiance. We was on that boat. So we could say like we was actually on that boat and none of us was drunk on that boat. Nobody was drunk. But you,
No.
ma'am, had 14 shots and you fell down some steps and you blame it in on the carnival people. But they do count your drinks with the bracelet. But like I
Yep.
said, people do buy you drinks on there too. So
Yep.
I don't know.
I know she lying.
I just feel like in a little while they gonna mess it up for everybody. Like I don't know. I think they gonna take the limit down, but it's still ways you can do it. But don't mess it up. It's already high. It's like I think that drink package was like almost, if you got it, it was like 500, 400, $500.
Right.
But that's for the two people together. But still,
Okay.
so that's what happened. We'll see in a little while if people ain't gonna be able to, our drink packages is gonna be going down. So that's that. Make sure you guys press the like button. So now I'm gonna get into the main topic, which was my journey raising my autistic son. And as any all of you guys know, probably you guys should know that's on here, that I have an autistic son and he's 7 years old. His name is Amir. Like I said last week when my stuff was messing up, I'll just go over a little bit. He was diagnosed when he was 2.5 years old, from regional center. The signs that he had, he would stare off, like gaze off to places. He would twirl around in circles. He was not able to talk when he was 18 months. But when he was a baby, he would babble. Like he would babble. I didn't have a hard pregnancy. I had like a really easy pregnancy with him. So they still don't know what causes autism in kids, but 1 in every 30 kids delivered are diagnosed with autism nowadays. And that's a lot. That's a real high rate. So that's what happened with him. He was diagnosed. Okay, I'm sorry. What emotions did I feel when I first found out that my son was diagnosed with it? If you guys have any questions, you could ask me in the comments too. What emotions did I feel when I found out that my son had autism? I was really sad because I felt that it was my fault. I felt like it was my fault. I felt like it was my fault because I was an old mom. I had him when I was 38. I turned 39 literally that next month. So I was feeling like it was my fault because I had him at a late age. I just blamed everything on me. And then it was saying because you taking Tylenol. And I'm like, well, that's what they told us that we were supposed to take is Tylenol. Like I did have really bad cramps in the beginning of my pregnancy, and I was going to the hospital and everything, and it was like just I only could take Tylenol. So then I felt like if I would have never took that Tylenol or anything, that nothing would be wrong with him. But still to this day, we really don't know what the cause of autism is. So I really did feel bad. And then I was feeling like, dang, did God get me back for something that I did? Like I don't know, like, was I punished for doing something that I really don't know. I just, that's how I was feeling. Like, it took a while for me. And even still now, I'm not even gonna lie. I be feeling like, did God give me back for something to have an autistic son? Like, it's because it's really hard. Like, I always wanted a baby, but then I was like, dang, now I got a child with special needs. But so I do feel like that sometimes, like, dang, what did I do to deserve this? But he has showed me patience in some ways not, because I know sometimes I do be cussing them out and all that, but it's just me trying to learn how to deal with everything. Um, Let me put this up here for Gwinnett so you guys can read it. Lessons I have learned having a child with autism. Like I said, I learned patience. I learned patience because sometimes I can't cuss him out all the time like I want to. It's just me learning how to deal with him in a different way. And I have gotten more patience with having a child like that. So I could say that's the biggest thing that I have learned is how to have better patience. How has this changed my life? It changed my life tremendously. I can't do 80% of the stuff I want to do now because I just don't trust him with everybody. Like, I can take him around my family, and my family is really good with him, but I'm just not gonna let him go with anybody. I have to be mindful of where I take him for daycare, the schools, everything, because I don't trust nobody. And I see so much stuff on the internet about how people do autistic kids because they can't speak and they can't tell their parents. When he first went to TK, I wanted to put recorders on him, like the little buttons and stuff, so I could see everything that was going on with the teachers. Because at that time, he really couldn't talk that good. He couldn't tell me, like, mommy, oh, this person did something to me. I would just have to go off how he interact with that person. I could tell if Amir don't like somebody because he won't go around them at all. So I would have to go off of that. So now he's able to tell me more, but he still can't. His speech is not like how me and you talk. He can tell us stuff, but he can't communicate like you and I could talk. He can't have a back and forth conversation. Juanita said autism spectrum disorder, brain-based condition affecting communications and behavior, onset by age 2, 3, I don't know, 2 to 3, system symptoms, social challenges, speech differences, and yet all that stuff. So all that stuff Amir had, all that stuff, everything, even right now. So that's how that changed my life. I'm not able to go where I want to go. I can't go on vacations and do all that. I can't work like I wanted to, like I used to work. I have to, everything is literally based around Amir. Everything is based around his life. So now I cannot go to work extra. I can't do anything. Um, the day, I could tell you a day in the life of me in the mirror. So in the morning, hold on. In the morning, he gets up around 6:30. I have to get him dressed, brush his teeth, let him get whatever he is out of his system. I have to make him breakfast because he will not eat at school because he's so picky. If I didn't make him breakfast, he wouldn't eat all day until he got home. So I make him breakfast. Then he goes on the bus. He goes. His school starts at 7:30. He gets out at 1:40, but then he goes to daycare. After daycare, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday, he has therapy. So that lets you know right there in between time, what do I have to do? So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, he has therapy. And then we try to do things in between there. So that's the day in the life of him. When he gets home, I have to give him his medication because if I don't give him his medication, he's on 1,000. He takes a shower. Like everything is time frame. Like he knows what time he has to take a shower. He knows what time he should be in bed. Like everything has to be on schedule with him, or he'll just be off. So that's how it is with him. Difficulties I have with him right now, I can say It's him with his repetition of repeating words that everybody says. And when I say repeating words everybody says, everything somebody says all day, he's going to repeat it. So the bus driver had last week said that he was having a behavior problem, and that was weird because he don't really do nothing like that. Like, he's not a bad kid at all, and I'm not saying that because he's my son. He's not bad. He's just like irritating, but he's not bad at all. He's not a fighter or nothing. So when she said that, she said that he was mocking and he was laughing. So I was like, well, he's doing that right now, and it's no way for us to control it. It's a stemming thing. I talked to his psychiatrist and everything, and she was like, it's just something he have to go over. I talked to a group on Facebook, and that's when they told me the medical diagnosis for it, and said that these are things with autistic kids that they do, and it might go up into his preteen. So I had to explain that to the bus driver and everything. And so I don't know if after I told her, I said, you could just like try to redirect him and stuff. And she said, okay, but I really don't know what happened after that. So every day now, I just have to say, Amir, try not to repeat what people is doing and stuff like that. So that's some of the stuff. Other than that, he talked back. And like we say a lot of times, we feel like he knows what he's doing, but sometimes I honestly feel like he really don't know. Like, it's some, I could tell Amir to do something, and even if I pop him right after that, he still do the same thing. So some things I feel like he really do not understand, and I'll be like, what is going on? Let me read some of this. I agree, Sharon. He's such an angel. Oh my gosh. Laugh out loud. We love our guy. Juanita got to see firsthand how he was, because when we moved out of my house, we stayed with Juanita for like 2 months. So Juanita got to see exactly how he was. So I don't know why she talking about some angel. My niece is nonverbal, autistic, and 37 years old. However, she is very much alerted, even though she could not communicate with us. Yeah, they really, I will tell people too, get your kids, once they're diagnosed, you need to get them into all the therapy that they can get. Amir started therapy at 2 years old. He started speech therapy, occupational therapy, and infant training. That helped him a lot. Amir would not talk at all. He would sing, but he would not talk at all. That speech therapy really, really helped him. And I don't know what it is about our people, our Black people, that they be embarrassed of that child. I'm not embarrassed of Amir at all, but I am very like, I watch people how they are with him, because I feel like if somebody is being mean to him, that I will say something. So I watch everything, and I try to make it to where he's not, if we are out somewhere, I don't want him irritating people for them to have a reaction to him, for me to have to say something to him. So I'm really super protective over him, probably too overprotective, but I'd rather be like that than somebody do something to him or let other kids do something to him. So I'm super protective over him. No, sis, don't blame yourself. God's going to give you what you can handle, and that's your angel, period. Yeah, I still wonder, I say, how did I get on this list? How did I get on this list? Because I would have never thought. It's hard, but you have the tools to make it work. True. So that's what I'm saying. The tools. Get your kids in therapy. He's still in speech therapy at school. He's in occupational therapy still at school, and then after school he's in ABA therapy. So we have that going on right now. Before he goes to bed, I still read with him, and I try to help him kind of talk a little bit better, so he'll know what he's saying is wrong. So those are some of the stuff, like some of the small wins that I like, and I'm gonna show y'all a video when he goes out. And sometimes I think I'm just really emotional. We have went with his ABA therapist. We had walked to the park one time, and all the kids were his age. He was probably like around 6 that time, and we walked to the park, and all the kids his age was playing football, and I can tell that he wanted to play football, but he didn't understand how to play it. So they was trying to play with him at first, and then when they seen he couldn't play, they wasn't really playing with him, and that kind of like hurt my feelings. That's gonna kind of make me tear up, because I be so sad. Don't let me start crying. Okay. Ooh. I really be sad when like it's kids that's his age that can do regular things, Okay, y'all, just let me get it together. Kids that are his age that can do regular things that he cannot do, and that really, really hurts my feelings. Like a kid his age that can play football and do that, and he don't know how to play football, like he doesn't understand it. It just be little stuff like that he does not understand how to do that other kids do. He don't really know how to interact with kids his age, and that super hurts my feelings because I just don't want nobody to tease him or anything. So that's why I am like super super protective over here. I'm sorry, you guys. I always said I would not be the person crying online, but that is some stuff that hurts my feelings. Like I hate that he can't do stuff that kids that his age can do as far as social wise. Um, but we went to Las Vegas a couple of weeks ago and we was at the pool and he was again trying to play with kids and stuff. Some kids was playing with him, some kids wasn't, but then he found a little friend and they was playing in the pool and then they started playing ball together. And I was wondering, like, I wonder what is Amir and that little boy talking about, because Amir don't know how to hold no conversation. So I'm wondering, like, what is he talking about? And then all of a sudden I hear the little boy like, oh, Amir, come on, let's go make a pizza. And Amir was like, okay. And then his brothers and sisters was like, come on, Amir, let's play ball and everything. And it just be like little stuff like that that really be making me like happy because, oh my gosh, please quit crying. Sorry, you guys. Because he really, I swear to God, I don't know, like the little things that he does with, he can do it. It really makes me happy because he don't have a regular life like kids his age, like a regular 7-year-old boy. So it's like just that's why I'm super like protective over him because I hate that, and that's why sometimes I be feeling bad. Like I don't know. I don't know. But these are some of the stuff that this is one of the videos I wanted you guys to see. Hold on. This was him playing in the pool with the little boy. So that I know that was a short one, but I thought it was gonna be too long. So that was a little boy. I forgot what his name was, but Amir remembered his name and everything. And so they played in the pool for like 9 hours straight. And so when the little boy got out of the pool, Amir was like, I think the little boy's name was like Abel or something. Mommy, where's Abel going? And I was like, well, he had to go back to his room. And he was like, well, can I go to the room to play with him? And I was like, no, well, we'll see him tomorrow at the pool when we come back. So when we got up the next morning at 8, he was like, Mommy, is he gonna be at the pool? And I was like, boy, I don't know. And so I was really, really happy that he had him a little friend because he don't really interact with people like that. Like Amir be okay playing with himself, but when he do play with kids, it's like he don't really understand. So him going to ABA therapy also, that helps him with his socializing with other people and kids his age. But I also feel like with ABA, they need to put them with regular kids also, because in ABA, when he goes to social skills, it's only autistic kids. So I feel like I don't know if they're really learning social skills because it's only them in there. I don't know. Maybe their little mind works a little bit different. Let me see some of the comments. Sorry, you guys. But you got this. God makes no mistakes. He's a genius and such a loving child. Yeah, he really is, Juanita. Him, his little friends, and his swimming backpack. Yes, and so he had a lot of fun there. He had on his life jacket. He was telling me he was drowning and everything. So he had a good time. So it's little milestones like that that I do be proud of because he's not like a regular 7-year-old. And I know people be like, what do you like? Don't say regular, but y'all know what I mean. Like he's not like a regular 7 years, a 7-year-old. Um, did he have first words? He did have first words. He would say like ma, and like I said, sing and all, do all that. But after, and I want to say after, it was like he got his 18-month shots. I'm not lying. It was like he stopped. I don't know what it was. He really stopped. Shatia said he's a genius. Um, he just stopped talking after that. He stopped talking. He did not used to give eye contact. Now he gives eye contact way, way better. He would not look at you at all. Like if I would talk to him, he would just be looking off somewhere. Now he does give eye contact. That's another thing with kids with autism. If you want to know signs, they won't give you eye contact at all. School progress, that was hard. He started in TK. They tell you that the kids have to be potty trained and all that. Amir didn't get potty trained fully until he was like almost 4 years old. But I did it. It was really hard, but I got it done. And once he was potty trained, he didn't really have no accidents at all. So when I got him to TK, they were surprised that he was potty trained. And so they asked me, "Is he potty trained?" I said, "Yes." And they was like, "How?" And I was like, "Well, y'all told me you have to be potty trained. I didn't know that he really didn't have to, but I wanted him to be potty trained anyways." So that was one thing. TK was fine. Kindergarten, they wanted to put him out of the school. They wanted to put him out of the school because he would elope every day. And for people that don't know what elope means, that means he was trying to escape. So they would send me class dojos and emails all the time saying that Amir was trying to elope and he's running out of the classroom. Even though at their school it's called the A team, they have them gated in by themselves. So he was going out the classroom into the other part. And then one time he ran out into the field where they were mowing the lawn on those big ones that you ride. So he was running towards that. So after that, they was like, maybe I need to put him into a county school. And I was like, I didn't know it was a difference between the public and the county. Like, I didn't know that. So they was like, those teachers there are better equipped to deal with autistic kids. They're trained better. So they told me to go down there to go look at one. So I went down there to look. And when I went to that class, I was like, absolutely not. The students there were severely autistic. None of them could talk there. Those classes probably have like 10 to 14 kids, any autistic class. And I would say 80% of the kids there had a nurse with them or like an ABA therapist. Like they had that. And then they were nonverbal, everything. And so when I went back to the school, I told the therapist, I was like, no, I don't want him to go to that. I don't want him to go to that school. I feel like he will regress if he went back to that. And so then I had to think if I wanted to put him on medicine or not. I really did not want to put Amir on medication at first because I was just thinking about all the other kids that.
Mommy, I will go to Walt Disney World on Sunday.
Okay, say hi to everybody. Come
hi,
say
everybody.
Come so they can see you. Say hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
And where did you say you wanted to go?
Yes.
Where did you just tell me you wanted to go?
To Walt Disney World.
Okay, maybe somebody will sponsor you.
Mommy, I will go to Disneyland and Walt Disney World on Sunday.
Okay. So he's back on wanted to go to Walt Disney World. Wanted to go to Hong Kong Disneyland too. So he needs to find some sponsors out there. But I told him that I did not want him to go to that school because he would regress. And once the counselor went there, he was like, he agreed with me. So I didn't have to put him on medication, but I felt like if he did not get on medication, they was going to put him out of the school. So I ended up putting him on a non-stimulant medication for his ADHD that would calm him down because he just couldn't sit down or do anything. So that one, they don't really be like zombies like when they're on Adderall and Ritalin. It's not the same. So he's still like a regular 7-year-old. He's still hyper, but it calms him down a lot. So other parents out there, if you are wanting to get your kids on medication, there are non-stimulants that you could put them on to where the kids won't be zombied out. Social breakthroughs. What do I go through with that? Now, a lot of times I will say that he's spoiled because he's like the youngest child and all that. I won't say that he's not. So when we go to Walmart or any store, he feels like he has to get a toy all the time. And I'm trying to break him from that. But if he goes with his dad will buy him whatever and all that too. So I had to deal with people looking at me because he would be screaming at the top of his lungs because he's not getting what he wants. So I have to learn how to deal with his emotions there and not wow out to where I would go to jail. So I've learned that I have to ignore him sometimes. Sometimes that works, sometimes that don't. I can be ignoring him and he would just keep on screaming. One time me and my cousin was on the phone together and she heard him and she was just like, I don't know how the police ain't gonna be there when you come out of Macy's, because the way he acted. So sometimes it works, sometimes it don't, and sometimes it is embarrassing. So some people was like, maybe you need to get a bracelet or something so they could see that he on the spectrum. And I was like, maybe I might do that, but then sometimes I just don't want to label him. It don't mean that they're not gonna look at me because they see a bracelet on his arm. I really don't know. Tia said Sunday it is. Well, you must come to get him. I guess we're going to Disneyland. Y'all. So that's how I deal with that. A teacher told me yesterday at ABA that with their emotions, when they do stuff like that, you need to just hug them tight or sometimes just to regulate them. But I think a lot of them, I will say a lot of these autistic kids, they be smart. They be knowing what the hell they doing. So sometimes they know if they act like that, they'll get their way. They are very smart. Don't think that they stupid because they're not. And like I told you guys last week, don't think autistic kids are handicapped, like retarded. I know they don't say that word, but okay, go get it. Those are the emotional regulations. To get him to go to sleep or sometimes to calm down, they have weighted jackets or weighted vests. We've tried the weighted vest with Amir, and that used to calm him down when he was younger. But now I think the medication works, or I just have him, okay, Amir, you can cry for this time, but after that, that's it. Like, you can cry for 5 or 10 minutes, that's it. He'll cry at the drop of a dime. And he can tell me if he's feeling sad or something like that. Like, oh, mommy, I'm feeling sad. And I'm like, Amir, why do you feel sad? And he'll try to explain it to me. So those are the things that I deal with Amir. As far as me, I just started therapy last week. And I think that that's going to help me a lot because it's a lot of stuff that I probably keep inside because I feel like everybody would not understand. So I started therapy, and I think that parents, they need me time. Like, sometimes I have really, really bad breakdowns because I hold it in so long, and then after a while, it just comes out. It just comes out. So I'm trying to learn how to not bottle everything up. I think that at least a couple of times a month, you need a whole weekend to yourself to reset. Because if you just uptight and angry and just need time to yourself and you don't, you could take it out on him. And sometimes I feel like I would do that. So like last weekend, I didn't have him at all. And I still didn't even do nothing because I'd be tired so much. So I just stayed at home and watched Beauty and the Black. And I was very happy with that. Like, to know that I didn't have to deal with him or nothing. But I'm not going to lie, I did feel sad. Like, dang, it's kind of quiet without him here for 2.5 days. So that's the life, my journey with the autism, raising a child with autism. So it's still been a journey. It's a lot of stuff that I have to still learn. Oh, that's another thing I want to say. There's a lot of help out there that people gatekeep that I'm trying to learn. Parents, they have a lot of programs. If you go through a regional center, I tell people all the time, they have respite care where they will pay for somebody to come be with your child and they pay them. And it could be a family member or they have places where they hire people for those things. They have that. They have IHSS, and that's through the county. You have to at least be on Medicare, and they will pay you to take care of your child. You get a certain amount of hours a month, but you do have to be on Medicare. That don't mean you have to be getting food stamps, but long as you get the insurance through them, you will qualify for IHSS, and that will help you however many hours. You can get Social Security through California, but with California, it's an income-based thing. So they do have a lot of programs that will help, but you just have to know. You just have to know. This shirt that I have on right now, Rocking My Disabilities, they help a lot. Next weekend, they are having a 5K run since it is Autism Awareness Month. So if anybody wants to go to that, y'all probably don't because it's up here where I live in the high desert. This Sunday, Faith Evans is having her event at the Michelle and Barack Obama Center in Los Angeles. It is catered all to autism families. They're going to have all kind of people up there, vendors, to tell you to get help for everything. That she's having another one in May for caregivers of children with autism. So it's a lot of things out there, but you just have to, it's almost like you have to find it out yourself because a lot of people don't tell you. I don't know why they gatekeeping, but as I learned it, I said that I was going to make sure I let everybody know. So that's all I really have for today. But like I said, let me show these two things. Make sure you guys like the live if you liked it. I ain't gonna punk y'all or anything. So this, it's just April's Autism Awareness. And that's Amir. This is the Rockin' My Disability. It's April 25th from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Like I said, it's in the high desert. So it's only a couple of hours, 8 to 10, you guys. And it's really a nice event. This is my cousin Juanita's, the self-care lab, the 5K walk and run. This is on May 30th. You can scan the little QR code and let's get out there and do the 5K walk and run. Support your Black businesses. Oh, shoot. Okay, hold on. Let me see. And that was just me in American because it's Autism Month. The comments, sorry. Juanita said we will be there for the run. So I have my positive quote for autism. My autism isn't what makes me stand out. It's what makes me unique. So that's my positive quote about autism. And thank you guys for tuning in tonight. I will be back next Thursday. And I would love for some of you guys to come on here and talk about some of my topics and not be scared. But thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you like the live and tell your friends about it. And I will see you guys next week. Have a great weekend, guys. Bye.